Yeah. Peace to the world. It's Sincere right here. So, anyways, I figured that I'm gonna start letting y'all understand a lot more about these reptiles because they're pretty much prehistoric. They've been here from the beginning of the time, and a lot of people get it misconceived. But these animals are very in tune with energies and vibrations and things like that, and we just don't understand them. I have a love for all reptiles, all animals, but right now I have my pit bulls, my little bullies. You know, I have all kind of things, but I'm just trying to like breed pythons because I do it like it's real life work, like artwork. But it's like painting on the snakes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to just create beautiful animals for people to enjoy, especially little children, because they love it. They love these snakes, and I like to see the looks on their faces. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it to y'all sincere style. So this is gonna be called SinStyle Reptiles. These shirts are available. They are. I got different colors, but this is the flagship one. If you're ever interested, you can holler at me and you can get one. I'm also on Patreon. I'm on there. I tried it out. I'm trying to figure it out, the ins and the outs. I don't know much about it, but I'm on there. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Pandora. I'm all over the place. Why? Because your boy got them raps too. So I got the bikes, got the raps, got the snakes, got them dogs. I got life. All right. So, you need a good setup. I have two types. I have a tank setup, another tank setup over there. Got rack set up. I got incubator set up. Another, I got a few things. And to keep these things in order, you gotta maintain it daily. It's not easy. They look pretty, but you gotta stay up on it. You gotta make sure that you're cleaning them bins or cleaning the tank. You see some feces in there, drop-ins, even sheddings. You wanna take it out. I like to keep the male sheddings. I'll tell you about that in another show. But clean. It's very important. You don't want mites, little bugs that be crawling around in your snake, then it could get into your hair. And somebody like me, I got dreadlocks, so you don't want that. Clean. I use gloves. Carefully have little cuts and scrapes in your hands because sometimes you can get, sick from that. So just be careful. Now, another thing, you always got to maintain temperatures if you're going to have one of these type of reptiles. They're not a fan of the light. For the tank, I do 12, or 10 and 12. I do less time for the lights than I do with the dark, because these ball pythons, they love dark. They like it warm and they like it dark. So that's what I do. I keep it warm and I keep it dark. My temperatures, I'll tell you about my temperatures later. I'm just giving you a little overview. Clean water in their tanks too. Gotta keep clean water in there, because without that clean water, they're gonna get sick. And you gotta make sure you take care of, you gotta make sure you know what you're feeding them too, because some people do the animals that you're feeding them bad and they got disease and they sick, and then you feeding your snake a sick animal, now your snake's sick. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to it, man. Always use pet-friendly cleaning grade. There's special names out there for it. Don't go up in there and just start going straight to using bleach and all that on certain things, because it might harm your animal. So you got to be careful with that as well. And when you're handling one, you need to be gentle. You need to be calm. You don't need to be all scary and moving around like, oh my gosh, And I know I'm over here talking, and a lot of times what we like to do is we like to see the snakes, and I'm over here yapping. So I'm gonna pull one out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So what we have here, what we have here, when I purchased it, I was told that it was a male inchy het ghost. And that's why I purchased it, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna breed him, because he's a nice size for breeding for a male. You hear that? So my understanding, that sound is a respiratory infection. So this snake is in quarantine. That's why this snake is in the big tank. So what I'm getting to is, you hear that wheezing sound? These snakes ain't supposed to make noise like that unless they're hissing at you. So I understand that during breeding season, these snakes, they do sometimes you know, get respiratory infections, RI. So and I just found this out. They sold it. The snake was sold to me like that. I'm not gonna speak on who sold the snake to me, because they're very good people, and I have a lot of respect for them. So I ain't got time for that. It's a mistake, because this snake was sold to them by somebody else, and they didn't know much about this snake. I'm not gonna give it back. I'm keeping it, because I want to make sure this snake is taken well care of, because I'm keeping this snake just because of the way of what it's been through, and the cinnamon as well. I'm keeping all my snakes here, as a matter of fact. I'm not getting rid of any of these. Calm down. It's okay. See what I'm saying? Y'all have to be calm. I make a real quick movement, and she's jumpy, very jumpy. And I don't want her to be jumpy like that. So I want her to be calm. Calm. You know? And you don't really force a snake to do anything that it doesn't really want to do, because what happens is that same snake will bite you. It's gonna try to flee. So you gotta be careful, man. So yeah, this is SinStyle Reptiles, and like I said, I finally got my other one to eat. That one ain't eaten like 2 months. My original snake that I thought was a male, and I used to call it Zeus. Well, now that I did my own research, I found out it's a female, so now his name is Xena. But yeah, yo, Xena ain't eaten like a whole 2 months, almost 2.5. It finally ate today. So I documented that, and I'm very happy. So now we're going to get some size of her, and then when she get right, we're going to breed her too, because I'm keeping her too, because that's my original one. But yeah, man, these snakes, they're wonderful, man. Y'all be careful who y'all get these snakes from, man, because they might have mites on it. You gotta check underneath the skin to make sure. You gotta look up in the scales, like look up in here. Sometimes you see spots all up in here, and you gotta make sure that in these spots, like see that spot right there? No, there ain't no spot. But my other snake have freckle type spots, and you got to make sure that those ain't mites, because sometimes it could be, and you don't want to mix that with your snakes. As far as RI, respiratory issues, I don't know if you could mix them with other snakes, so I took mine away from the rack system. But I know something else. This snake is happier in the tank than in the rack system. I do know that. So this snake will be staying in the tank. I won't be putting this snake in the rack system. And now that I know it's got an RI infection, or I think it is, we're gonna get it to a vet, and we're gonna get it taken care of. They do some antibiotics or something like that, or whatever they gotta do for it. But I'm definitely gonna get it to the vet. I'm not gonna let it sit here and stay sick. If it's sickness it has. But like I said, it said it comes during the breeding season. With a lot of animals all throughout my life. I lived in Panama, and that's where it all began. I used to hunt iguanas with my father. I used to catch butterflies. We used to see we used to catch blue crabs in the streets. I used to catch grasshoppers and locusts and parakeets, everything. We used to see the monkeys, armadillos, the sloths, everything. I lived around all these animals, man, and I all grew up to love them. So, you know, people don't treat a lot of these animals right. And these animals don't get the respect that they deserve. So I'm going to teach y'all about these animals. And I'm going to show you how you really care for them. This may be boring to some people, but this is going to be educational. You know, as far as pets, I would say that pythons, ball pythons. See, now the reticulated pythons is a different kind of python. That's the one that grows huge. And I wouldn't recommend that to be somebody's first pet. That was actually one of my first pets I had when I was a youngin'. And unfortunately, it did not live long enough because a mouse ate it, killed it, and then started eating it. I'll teach y'all about that also. But it didn't live. And after it didn't live, I found out that is the big one. So I stay with ball pythons because I love them. They get fat, but they don't get that big, and they're more manageable. And it's the perfect beginner's pet too, because you don't even need a light, because they like the dark. This is one of the animals where you don't even need that light. So, and it's very easy maintenance. But in my situation, I collect them and I breed them, so I take mine to a whole nother level. But as far as just as a pet, it's perfect. All right, I'm about to sign out. It's been my pleasure. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm on Patreon. I'm on Patreon. You can see my YouTube channel is SincereRightHere. Everything is SincereRightHere. Just search for me, man. Even on iTunes and on, like I said before, SincereRightHere with SinStyle Reptiles. So I'll holler at y'all. Y'all can get one of these. Get one of these. Get one of these. Peace. For you and me, it ain't easy. We need to get together, stand strong, shoulder.